my friends, it's your old pal Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? I hope you said great. I'm coming to you from, however you pronounce that, Florida. And as you know from watching my channel for years, I love it when people take their house to the next level, when they turn their house into a work of art. Daze with Jordan the Lion, it begins right now. Wow, well, this is what you see from the road. Wow, this is impressive. Let's go meet Carol and Blake. So this is, once you get to the front door, this is what you are welcomed with. They don't have a welcome mat. They created their own welcome mat. So here we have Carol and Blake. You are the artist slash homeowner slash whatever you want to, what do you call yourselves? I mean, what do you do here?
We live here.
Caretakers.
Caretakers.
Spreaders of joy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice way to put it.
Well, you know, we'd done art shows and we would travel all over, and our focus when we would do the art shows would go to outsider art environments. And we felt that with our background, this is something that we could co-create, and we wanted something that would outlast us, so this is what we came upon.
Did you did you buy the house with the intention of doing this, or?
We came from another area nearby, and we just didn't feel that it was as accepting. And when we got here and started doing the work, we got a lot of positive feedback, really. And it was a lot of fun to just keep on doing it. People stop, they hang out in the driveway or stand by the mailbox or knock on our door.
Or walk in our house.
Really? We have tours, we have bike tours, we have classes. So we're pretty busy.
That's great.
Busy.
And I notice you have art everywhere. I mean, and very time-consuming art. What inspired you to do mosaics?
Well, mosaics, how did that? I don't know, I guess it was just an evolution. We started with a couple of floors. I think the first one was a bathroom floor.
Well, let
then
me
a wall.
start by saying that Carol is the artist. She has the art background, and I was a painting contractor, but I had knowledge of hands-on with all various elements, and she did some mosaic, and she did a mosaic bird bath, and I said I'd like to try that, and that's kind of where we're at.
That was the beginning. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I went to the Maryland Institute of Art in Baltimore, and Blake has relatively no art training, which I think is really incredible with what he's come up with.
And it's a great pairing for you too.
It is, because they're very different. You know, if you look at the work, you can tell we do very different things, like the shutters on the house. I did a set and Blake did a set, and they're very different.
Who did the faces?
I did. And Blake's more free form. We also have 3 kilns, so a lot of the work has clay pieces in it that we make out of clay. We fire and glaze, and then we can use them in all of our work.
Wow. And how do you choose the colors that you go with? I mean, are you naturally just colorful people?
Well, you have to have color, and you can't buy tiles that are these colors. So we were buying blank tile and glazing them and firing them, so we could have control. Before we had the kilns, we could only work with found objects. So
the tiles that we found.
Yeah, the earlier stuff was all found objects, and then there's an evolution where we had stuff that we made, and then we started to combine both of them. Some used stuff we make and found objects.
How long have you been working on this house or this piece?
What, this piece?
Oh, I mean the house as a whole is a piece of art. Yeah.
Yeah, 22 years.
That's amazing. Is there a time where it will stop? That's great.
No, I guess,
when we don't exist anymore.
Carol's ashes are going in there and mine are going in here. And the reason I say that is on the other side when you look at it, there's a male and a female figure, and it's about masculinity and femininity. And these are influential women in Carol's life, and these are influential men in mine. And then when you come out here, you can see the male and the female figure.
Oh yeah.
And Carol's kind of, that's her iconic piece she paints.
I love it.
Makes waves. It's kind of like her trademark.
So do you I guess, do you paint it before you put the pieces up, or do you find the pieces already colorful and then use what you find?
A little of each.
Okay.
You know, like with the mermaids, those are made out of clay, and they're fired in clays and then worked around. I don't know if you did work around, I'm not sure. We work on some pieces together. Those flowers we made.
Those are beautiful.
And some of them come from things we find in yard sales.
I love this. You have such a great style together.
Yeah. We think so.
Let's do some pyramids. And so we've done one, and we're thinking about two more, kind of as a representative of what's at Giza, the 3 pyramids.
Yeah. So this is what you're working on currently, one of the pyramids. I love it. Why did the ducks cross the road? To come see the art. So I figured I would come back to right where you start, and we would start this together. Kind of do a walking tour of the outside, the way they allow for any visitors. Like they said, if you want to come inside, you need to make an appointment, but there's a story on all of these. And this is what they've already shown us, where he said he wants his ashes in here and hers in here. Of course, they told us the story inside of their influences. The back side. And then the cats. And then I love this, all the people they've created. Now take in the house. So we'll walk through. They've created flowers out of all these plate combinations, which I love. Even creating their own flowers in the center. But then you follow the trail over here. That's definitely Blake's work. And then they told me for anyone who comes to visit, if you don't, go up and ring the doorbell and everything, they would appreciate you come and read this. And this tells the whole story. It says, "Welcome to Mad Mosaics. We started in 2000. It began because of our love for the outsider art environments we visited. Our goal was to create an environment people could visit and leave uplifted. We wanted to use a medium that we hoped would stand the test of time. We use found objects and those we make from clay. Each panel tells a story. We continue to add more every year. Enjoy your visit, Carol and Blake. How nice, huh? So, we have walked up here. I've shown you the entryway in here. Now we can see Happy Everything. And then look on the ground. We're gonna work our way all the way around, see everything as much as we can. Mad Mosaics, odd art. Their faces and everything on the pillars. And then you can just take the path all the way around the side. But look at the ground. Full-on mosaics in the ground. If you can think it, you can do it. There's someone walking in here. Of course, this is where they must enjoy themselves and take a break. How creative, huh? And then that takes us over to going all the way around the house. Like they said, each panel tells a story. And then this one says, "Here's looking at you, kid." And it's all happy faces. That's the other great thing. Everything's positive, you know? All the faces are happy. There's no, even the skulls in the art are colorful. Very positive. Keeper of the garden. Some little trolls in there. They're elves. And look at all the animals in here. It says, "Welcome to this great place of ours." I love it. This whole wall is all animals. They certainly love animals here, that's for sure. Lots of cats. Love is all you really need. Alright, so we'll start walking around towards the back. And I'll show you the art along the way. Well, as much as I can, because as you can see here in the walkway, there's mosaics all along the entire side of the house and going along the fence. They were telling me they recently had the fence replaced, so they had to take it all down and then rehang it all. So we'll take a look at the fence first. And even at the fence you can see they've created all these, painted all of these flowers. These are all things that they've done. The bird bath they created. We'll walk up this side and then we'll come back and I'll show you the side of the house. Queen for a day. You really just have to come see it in person and meet them. They're just really cool. So nice. Now we've made it down here to, this is where you make the turn to go to the backyard and see the art in the back. So I'll go back to the side of the house and I'll show you. All kinds of things written in here too. It says the order of the universe. We have heaven. Magical mystery tour. This one's talking about the Mayan tablets. But look at all that they've created. I just love it, man. Gosh. Then we have another tree here. Little advertisement. Clay stamps by Carol. Nature never repeats itself. Each soul has unique, limitless possibilities. And now we're going to cut through to the backyard. And even here there's a piece. So here's the backyard. They're going to actually explain to us this wall. And you can make a donation here if you come take a walking tour if you want. Big beautiful mural back here. There's a whole bunch of art going all the way up the sides, going all the way around. Let's dance. Here you can see it looks like some Egyptian motifs, especially along the top. Oh, look at the table they made Looks like they divided it right here. Like everything that way is Blake, everything this way is Carol. So this is the entryway. I just love the art in here. This is you said this was all recently at a show.
This was in the show at the Dunedin Fine Arts Center. And those two, and the one in back of you were done at the same time. The one by the door.
Look at that, that's incredible.
That one goes with those two. Go in
Look
and
at the ladies' room,
shower.
wow.
The ladies' room.
And go in and look at the toilet.
All those tiles on the right are hand painted.
Individual.
Wow.
When we moved in here, the shower tiles were beige and ugly, and that was the quick fix to paint them like that, and we never got around to
That's
it.
amazing, I love it.
Studio. And,
This is where you create it all? This is where it starts?
well, my studio, then we have Blake's studio too.
Yeah.
So this is the fourth piece for the pyramid. And I didn't get this part in yet, but this is the beginning of it. And we have bullet shells that we use because they're just nice.
I love it.
Yep. And these are some of the faces that I make. And we had everybody was trying to buy those at the show. So I have now 11 more that I just am in the process of doing. 6, 3, 9, 10, 11, right.
And you were telling me you do art shows. Both of you do art shows so people can buy your art.
But a lot of people come here. You know, that's more.
Do you welcome that? How do people contact you if they wanted to take a tour or buy your art? How do they do that?
Well, we have, I don't know if you call it a website. It's through Facebook, the Mosaic House of Dunedin. And they can contact us through that, or they can email us, or just go to Carol Sackman Facebook page. And they have to make an appointment, though.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's like coming and going people.
Yeah, and you're trying to create also,
Yeah,
so.
it's kind of hard. So, yeah, we do welcome people, and we have groups.
We get people from all over the world, the United
Yeah.
States. We're a Mosaic Atlas, which is Mosaic sites all over the world. We get people from Europe, South Africa, Australia, England,
Yep.
France, Russia, and
And we're on Roadside America, too.
it really started to happen right after COVID. We just inundated with tours, people coming and buying art. Yeah, it's really great. We don't have to have a gallery or a shop. People come here.
Yeah, and they can just walk around the outside of the house, you know.
Yeah, there's
They're
price tags
invited
on every.
They're invited to walk around the house anytime without an appointment. But if they want to hear more about it, that they have to ask us about.
Yeah, we have people can go in the front and the side, but then I keep the screen door locked because we've had people kind of just think that this was a museum or something and help themselves in, and we got to protect ourselves from that.
Absolutely.
A little bit.
Oh, wow. In place of a headstone, that's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Memory
so
stone.
that's going to the person tomorrow.
It's about 8 to 10 artists in the Dunedin area that work out of their homes, and they open up their studios to the public, and we give demonstrations, and they're also, they can buy the art.
And twice a year. When is that roughly for people if they wanted to participate in that?
2 weeks. There's one in March
25th, Saturday from I think 10 to 4, and then it's usually the first or the second week in November.
Okay.
These are the modern version. We would do these about maybe 15, 16 years ago and do shows with them, but they got a little hard to do because of the weight, so we stopped doing them. And then about 2 years ago, a friend of ours came by and said, "You promised me a bird bath." And I said, "Well," and she said, "I have it. All you have to do is do it." And so I did it, and in that 2-year period, we've done at least 30 bird baths.
This was done by a friend of ours, a St. Pete mural artist named Jennifer Kosherick. And she's done several murals all over St. Pete. Shortly after she did this, she took her little boy and drove from St. Pete to Alaska. So Jennifer lives in Alaska now. And right before she left, I had her come and do a cat to add to the mural.
Oh, that's great.
Started at about 10 o'clock in the morning, right? And she finished it by about 4. She did it with a certain kind of spray paint for artists.
Yeah, she chalked it out and then spray painted it. She's got, I don't know, maybe 40 to 50 murals in there.
This is where it all started for you both here?
Not totally started, but it was one of the early pieces.
On the outside, the whole piece is called Turquoise Mayan Dream, and it's about reincarnation. But what's different about this is that it was done right on there, and you had to start at the bottom and build up, and certain dimensional pieces you had to tape and prop up. And then when we got to that end, we discovered hardy board, and that's all we used it for. I kind of like it on the wall like that. It's one continuous piece.
Tree of Life, I love that.
There's stained glass in there, and that's supposed to be Our Lady of Guadalupe. And above her, it's all quartz crystals, amethyst crystals, and slag stone that we used to get in North Carolina for 50 cents a pound. And they don't make it anymore because the factories are closed.
I just love how detailed everything is. The flowers are just incredible.
And those are Chinese noodle stores. Nothing's fallen off of that wall in like almost 18, 19 years, 20 years.
Really?
Egyptology, this is a sarcophagus, and that's the female figure and the male figure that are on the arch. And
is this your studio, or is this just your hangout, or what is this?
well, here's a pyramid, and you can see a winged ibis here. There's 1, 2, 3 pyramids, and there's the winged sun symbol, and then I have cats. There's stuff underneath here that's hidden.
That's great.
And that's a piece, a commissioned piece that I just finished yesterday for somebody.
A friend of ours.
This is amazing.
Here.
A lot of female form. I love it.
And here's another one over here too.
Wow, this is amazing. I don't even want to ask you like what all inspired, because I can tell each piece has its own story to it.
Sometimes it's an object, like I found an orange bottle and I had to figure out how to use it.
You sure did. You found a way to use it all right.
This was a piece that was done just specifically for that show. And
with the shells again.
Yeah, the Black Madonna crying, and I did it, and I didn't have any idea of what it was about. And then I started looking at it, and I noticed all the red faces, and I said, well, that's representative of all the children that have been murdered in these schools, and all the bullet casings are, that's part of it.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom, you can see there's harmony and beauty with flowers and nature. And
birds. Yeah. I love the guitar.
Yeah.
There's another one over there.
That was Jimi Hendrix's guitar.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's his head popping out.
That's great.
See, the problem with in here, you only get to see part of it. And when they did the show, they had them on pedestals, and you could see everything. You could walk around.
Oh, okay.
Because they're three-dimensional, and you can only see one area. And also, there's so much going on in here, you can't really feel one piece.
Yeah, that's why I try and share enough with people to get them excited, because you never get the real feel until you go. I want people, if you're welcome to it, for them to come see it. You know what I mean? That's why I do what I do, is like, once they see it, I think a lot of people get inspired to buy art, to create their own art.
Buy white tiles at Home Depot or Lowe's, and you can glaze over them and fire them.
Oh, wow.
These are 12-inch, you could, whatever, a 6-inch, 4-inch, and then we glaze them, and we could do whatever. We have control over. Sometimes, you know, when they come out, you're really shocked. What Carol, with her background in art, she would paint anything, and we would take these and sell them at shows. And these telephones, these are reproductions. They work, and we took it to a show in Madison on the square and sold every single one of them.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
They were
17.
Yeah, they were like fighting for the last one.
This is the guest room, kitty room.
And the orange room.
Storage room.
And I love that pretty much every room in the house you have your art somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's happened? We used to be big into antiques, and as we started creating more, we had to sell the antiques to make room for our art.
Yeah.
So you can see, like, this brass bed is from the Civil War. You know, that East Lake, that's from the turn of the last century, the 19th to the 20th century.
The woman who did the mural also did that piece.
Frida Kahlo painting.
And the one down below the painting.
Oh, yeah.
And this is Frida here, but that's not by her. That's somebody else, Hugo. And this is from my Fancy Lady series. Her and her over there. And that's all different, you know, flowers, antique dolls, antique fringe, lace.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they're kind of favorites. We really care about these guys. They're nice. And then
I like, also what I like is that the whole house is not taken over. You know what I mean? You've done it, you've used your art, but you can still walk through the house. There's still space. It still feels comfortable.
Say that.
Oh, really?
Carol, talk about this.
Well, this painting was done by my grandfather. It was his home in Russia, which is now Ukraine. It's painted on the side of a refrigerator carton. And this is my grandfather. Those are his parents. And in the upper left, there's a stork that they said came to nest in the same place every year. And this was their house in the upper right.
That's amazing that you ended up with this.
Well, yeah. And
the travels it must have seen to get here, you know?
well, part of the problem with it was at my father's house for a while, and he didn't use air conditioning. And that was what happened with the pig crawl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean, especially up here like in that corner. So now we're going into the kitchen. Right away, the floor grabs my attention.
It does everyone.
I love just coffee mugs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at them upside down, they look like telephones.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody pointed that out. It's like, oh, yeah. Actually, Carol, when we moved in, we didn't have time, so we did a quick thing, and it was linoleum that I couldn't get up. And so she painted it, and basically the paint underneath here is almost identical to this with theme and color.
Oh, that's amazing.
And they're all dated. So this piece is the floor 18?
2018.
Yeah.
We try to date things.
I love the counters.
This we did in 2020.
Under COVID.
And then what about the cabinets?
They were,
Carol did those years ago.
those, yeah, when we first moved in, I did.
That is amazing. Whoops.
At the time, we liked coffee very much. Oh, the two tools for my kitchen.
This is the lounge area.
Yeah. TV space, TV room.
I'm surprised you even watch TV, just considering how much work you guys are putting in all the time.
Well, we need to unwind.
We need a break.
And this is the men's room.
Go in and look in the shower.
This was kind of COVID. Carol did the floor when we first moved in, and the rest was kind of like we decided to each do a bathroom.
Oh, wow.
COVID, where we couldn't do much, so we did this.
We had a good time during COVID, though.
I bet COVID didn't really throw you off much, did it?
Actually, it was helpful.
I'm surprised you left the tiles on the floor kind of solid.
Well, yeah.
Which one's it?
I'm not criticizing, I'm just shocked.
It shows up better though that way.
You have to be
yeah.
If you
This place was absolutely great. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. All right, my friends, we're going to call it a day. I hope you guys enjoyed this, what I thought was a really amazing experience. I want to thank Gail Hunter and Julie Talton for becoming my newest Patreons. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Blake and Carol, for letting us see all of their art, walk around their house, and hear all their stories. And if you're new here, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. Have a great night, and goodbye.